Hello students, welcome to the 8th video. In this video, we will discuss the concept of ideal gas. Ideal gas means the gas which obeys all gas law principles at all ranges of temperatures and pressures is called ideal gas. The gas which obeys all gas law principles like Boyle's law, Charles' law, Joule's law, Regnal's law, etc. is called ideal gas. But strictly speaking, no gas which is available in the universe is following all these ideal gas laws. But comparatively at very low pressure and at very high temperature, there are certain gases like hydrogen, helium, nitrogen, oxygen, argon and atmospheric air. These 6 gases maintaining the behavior very similar to ideal gas. Remember, these gases behavior is very similar to ideal gas behavior only at very low pressure and very high temperature. But if I take these gases either at NTP, normal temperature and pressure, or STP, standard temperature and pressure, the behavior of these gases also very similar to real gas. So anyhow, comparatively at very low pressure and at very high temperature, hydrogen, helium, nitrogen, oxygen, argon and atmospheric air maintaining the behavior very similar to ideal gas behavior. Now let us discuss the characteristics of ideal gas. Characteristics of an ideal gas. Characteristics of an ideal gas. First character is the molecular force of attraction is 0 in the ideal gas. That means ideal gas molecules are maintaining 0 attractive force or 0 controlling force. Second character is, since the ideal gas molecules are maintaining 0 controlling force or molecular force of attraction is 0, the molecules present in the ideal gas are very freely migrating from one location to another location. Because of that free migration, volume occupied by ideal gas always more than that of real gas. Once again, since the controlling force is 0 in the ideal gas, the molecules present in the ideal gas are freely migrating from one location to another location. Because of that free migration, volume occupied by ideal gas always more than that of real gas. First character is, there is no attractive force between the molecules of the ideal gas. Second one is, second character is ideal gas is maintaining more volume than real gas. Next character is, by the time the ideal gas molecules are freely migrating from one location to another location, the molecular collision rate is more. That collision rate is developing some resisting force. That resisting force per unit area is called pressure. That pressure maintained by the ideal gas is more than that of real gas. real gas. Because of the free migration in the gas molecules, ideal gas molecules, the collision rate is more in the ideal gas molecules. That collision is developing some resisting force between the gas molecules. That resisting force per unit area is called pressure. The pressure developed by the ideal gas always more than that of real gas. Remember, in the ideal gas, if molecular force of attraction is beginning, in the ideal gas, if molecular force of attraction is beginning, the pressure of that gas is decreasing. Very, very important point. Next character. Because of the molecular force of attraction is zero in the ideal gas, the molecules present in the ideal gas more disorderly moving by the ideal gas molecules means entropy maintained by the ideal gas always more than that of real gas. That is the fourth character. Since the molecular force of attraction is zero in the ideal gas, the molecules present in the ideal gas more freely and disorderly migrating from one location to another location. Because of that free migration with more disordered manner, entropy maintained by the ideal gas always more than that of real gas. Next character. The ideal gases can maintain the constant specific heats, namely specificated constant pressure and specificated constant volume. Once again, ideal gases can be maintaining the constant pressure irrespective of the pressure and temperature. Next character, that is the last character. Ideal gases never be going for phase change. Let us take the water. If I keep on heat the water, initially temperature of the water increases up to it reaches to boiling point. But once the water reaches to boiling point, because of further heatation, water starts evaporation. Evaporation is the phase change from liquid to vapor. Such kind of phase change never be occurring in the ideal gas under normal condition. Under normal condition, ideal gases never be going for phase change. No phase change in the ideal gas under normal conditions. So these are all the characteristics of the ideal gas. Now let us discuss the important laws for ideal gas. Important laws for ideal gas are Boyle's law, Charles' law, Joule's law, Regnal's law, Avogadro's law. These are all the ideal gas laws. If any gas is satisfying all these gas law principles at any temperature and pressure, that gas is treated as ideal gas or perfect gas. The very first law is Boyle's law. Very first law, Boyle's law. Boyle's law states that the volume of the given mass of an ideal gas, is inversely proportional to its absolute pressure when the temperature is maintained constant. It means if we can able to maintain the constant temperature for any ideal gas, volume always inversely proportional to pressure. From this I can write that pressure multiplied by volume is proportional to 1 or pressure multiplied by volume is equal to a constant. That means product of pressure and volume remains constant for an ideal gas at constant temperature. From this, if I differentiate it on both sides, I am getting PdV plus VdP is equal to 0 or PdV equal to minus VdP. As we know, PdV is the non-flow work part, minus VdP is the steady flow work part. From this, the moral is non-flow work and steady flow work. This part is equal to non-flow work part. This is the non-flow work part, whereas this is equal to steady flow work. From this, the moral is both steady flow work and non-flow work are identical for isothermal process. Next, from this I can also write dP by dV is equal to minus P by V. The quantity dP by dV is the slope of isothermal curve with PV coordinate system. Once again, the quantity dP by dV indicates the slope of the isothermal curve with PV coordinate system. It is equal to minus P by V. The negative sign represents, isothermal process may be supporting for either compression or expansion. Isothermal compression can be possible like this. Let us take the cylinder with piston mechanism. This space may be covered by some gas. Now, when I apply some external force on the piston, the gas below the piston is compressing. During the compression process, pressure increases. Along with pressure, temperature is supposed to be increased. But if you want to maintain the constant temperature, you should arrange the cold source surrounding to the cylinder. Let's see the water jacket or water source. In thermodynamics, hot source, cold source, hot body, cold body, these are the four different terminologies. Hot source means the hot source is one. It can give any amount of heat energy without dropping the temperature. Whereas hot body is one. It can give only a finite amount of heat energy by dropping the temperature. Once again, hot source is one, can be given any amount of heat energy without dropping the temperature. Example, sun. Even if you take infinite amount of heat energy from the sun temperature cannot be decreasing. Therefore, sun is coming under hot source. Whereas hot body is giving only a limited quantity of heat energy. By that time, the hot body temperature decreases. Similarly, cold source is one. It can receive any amount of heat energy without raising the temperature. The cold source is one. It can receive any amount of heat energy without raising the temperature. Example, river water, sea water, atmospheric air, etc. Because even if you dump a bucket of hot water in the river water temperature cannot be changed. Whereas cold body is one, it can receive only a finite amount of heat energy by raising the temperature. Now, for compressing the gas at constant temperature, what I did is, I provided the water surrounding to the cylinder. That water I am taking as cold source. By the time the gas is compressing, pressure of the gas increases. Along with pressure, temperature increases. Then the temperature of this gas may be more than the cold source temperature. Then this compressing gas is receiving the heat energy from the compressing gas. Once the compressing gas is receiving the heat energy, from the once the cold source is receiving the heat energy from the compressing gas, the gas temperature decreases. Once again, during the compression process, pressure increases. Along with pressure, temperature increases. But I provided the cold water as a cold source. During the compression process, the compressing gas is dumping the heat to the cold source. then the gas temperature decreases. The combined effect of increase in temperature by compression and decrease in temperature by cold source may be maintaining the constant temperature. So from this, the moral is isothermal compression or constant temperature compression is possible by adding the cold source. Similarly, if you want to expand the gas isothermally or at constant temperature, let us take the cylinder with piston mechanism. By the time the piston is moving up, the gas along with the piston is expanding. During the expansion process, as we know, pressure decreases. Along with pressure, temperature is supposed to be decreased. If you want to maintain the constant temperature during the expansion process, surrounding to the cylinder, you provide the hot source. You provide the hot water or hot source. By the time the gas is expanding, along with pressure, temperature decreases, but the hot source, what I am connecting, is giving some heat energy for the expanding gas. Because of the hot source effect, the temperature of the gas increases. Temperature of the gas increases by hot source. During the expansion process, temperature decreases. The combined effect may be maintaining the constant temperature. That is how the constant temperature can be maintained during the expansion process by adding the hot source, and during the compression process by adding the cold source. The isothermal, by adding the cold source, constant temperature can be maintained during the compression. From this, the moral is isothermal process may be either compression by adding the cold source, or expansion by adding the hot source. Now come here, the isothermal process may be supporting for either compression by adding the cold source or expansion by adding the hot source. So during the compression process, as we know, pressure increases but volume decreases. So negative sign indicates as the pressure increases, volume decreases. Similarly, during the expansion process, volume increases but pressure decreases. So since the pressure and volume at constant temperature are reciprocal, the slope of the isothermal curve is negative. With this, let us construct the PV diagram for isothermal process. Let us construct the PV diagram for isothermal process. Pressure versus volume coordinate system. For the compression process, let this is the state 1. Before compression, the gas is maintaining large volume at low pressure. This is the V1, volume V1. This is the P1 before the gas is compressing. After compressing, the gas is maintaining less volume at high pressure. P2. Now, isothermal curve slope is minus P by V. If I draw or if I join the state 1 and state 2 with a slope minus P by V, it is looking like this. This is the isothermal curve. This isothermal curve or geometric shape of the isothermal curve is very similar to rectangular hyperbola. That is the reason the isothermal process is also called hyperbolic process. Once again, if I join the state 1 and state 2 for the compression process with a slope minus P by V, the curve is very similar to, the process curve is very similar to rectangular hyperbola. That is the reason the isothermal process is also called hyperbolic process. That is about the 1:2 isothermal compression process. For this isothermal compression process, as we know, area below the PV diagram is equal to area behind the PV diagram. Area behind the PV diagram. Area below the PV diagram and area behind the PV diagram are identical for isothermal process. That means area towards the volume coordinate is equal to area towards the pressure coordinate for isothermal process. That is about the Boyle's law.